This one's for my neurospicy humans. So, background is, I did professional cleaning, and I'm an ADHDer and an autistic. The number one thing that I see is people trying to uphold a standard that is meant for neurotypical humans. Okay? When you are trying to accomplish, like, organization, for instance, you are not going to be looking at all of the closed bins and all of the, not labeled whatever in a cupboard or whatever. You're not going to do that. Like, you're going to have open bins, no cupboard doors, things like that. That's what's going to keep you organized. That's what's going to keep you from overbuying, and that's what's going to keep you from losing absolutely everything. When people say to always have a box of stuff that's like going to Goodwill stuff, or, donation or whatever, or always have, always clean from the top to the bottom, and, leave because dust settles to the floor as you're cleaning and whatever. They're also not talking to you there, because what we need to do is do what we think of the moment we think of it, or object permanence plays a role, and it doesn't exist anymore. So, if you're going to clean your kitchen, and you look at it, and you're like, this is really overwhelming, where do I start? It is not a good idea to look at neurotypical YouTubes to figure out how does somebody else keep their kitchen clean. Those people are not working on the same programming as you. Those folks have a brain that works in that normal run-of-the-mill way. Ours works in the do what you see immediately kind of way. So if when you walk into your kitchen, you're like, man, this, and this needs done. Wow, I'm overwhelmed. Stop giving yourself a list. Instead of a list, go, hey, the dishes need done. Stop there, do your dishes. Then you're going to look around after you do your dishes and be like, oh, there's dishes on the stove. And you go to your stove and you get those dishes and you do them. And while you're at your stove, you notice that stove's dirty. So you put a pin in that. And after you finish washing the dishes from the stove, you look at that dish and you go, oh, that came from the stove. Oh yeah, I need to clean the stove. So you grab your sponge and you go clean the stove. There's also a method where you kind of start in one spot in your kitchen. Say you start at your stove and you pull all the stuff off your stove and put it where it goes, and you wash it down, and now you have a clean, sparkly stove. Nothing gets put back on this stove, because if it does, that's just moving the stuff from one spot to another and causing it to get re-dirtied. And then you move to the next spot, which for me is like my little tiny prep area. So I clean off the prep area and I grab the things and I put them immediately away. Don't put it down, put it away. Then we get to where the sink is, and now all the dishes from the other two spots are in the sink and near the sink. So we wash the dishes, and then we wash our sink. From there, we move on to like the coffee area, and we make sure to wipe all that down. And now we have a clean sink, so we just rinse out our rag, and then we continue right on to the refrigerator, and we wash down the outside of the fridge, rinse our rag, and then we go to the inside of the fridge, and we pull all the crap out of there that we're not going to eat, because there's crap in your fridge you're not going to eat. You bought it, you thought it was a good idea, and that you might eat that. You're not going to eat it, throw it away. And you wash down your shelves in your refrigerator, and put everything back where it goes. Make as much room in there as you can. Make everything visible. Make sure you know exactly what you have. That gives you the opportunity to purchase the things you know you need. You can also have like a pad of paper while you're doing all of these things, that when the next thing comes to your mind and you're like, oh, I gotta go do that, you don't, oh, I gotta go do that. Oh, I'm gonna write that on that list right now. So you write it down on your list and you go back to doing the thing you were already doing. That thing can wait. It wouldn't have gotten done if you hadn't just thought of it anyways. So it's not important right now if you put it on your list. And then as soon as you are done with your, main kitchen, whatever, that's when you sweep your floor, right? That's what they tell you. Then you sweep your floor. No, because if the first thing that you notice when you walk into your kitchen is your floor is sticking to your feet in funky ways, because let's be honest, that happens, we immediately jump to clean that floor. It doesn't matter if all the crumbs get dropped back down on it. If you wait till later to do it, it's not going to get done because we've already checked that off in our imaginary checklist. So if you are going to say, oh, not the floor right this minute, you need to put that on your list right here that you're going to be doing as soon as you are done with the other areas of your kitchen. Ignore the cans. This is how we do our kitchen. Everything is visible. I have these visible so that I know exactly what tools I have and will use the appropriate tool. My soaps and my sprays are visible because if they go down in here, they don't exist. Those are gone forever. I have my brushes visible, so I have all of the proper tools visible. And then all of my tea and coffee stuff is visible, but looks nice. I have it set up so it looks nice. The things I use constantly are right out in the open. My trash stays right out in the open because if it doesn't get changed. It's just very much the same. The things that need eaten first are all right in eye's view, and the things that we shouldn't consume are hidden away, right? Water down there. If I want water, I know I'm going to get the water. So use the veggie drawer, but move those veggies up here to where you're actually going to eat them. Things in the back of the fridge are things that will keep forever and that we don't need access to, that we're like, if I want whipped cream, I'm going to go looking for it. I'm not going to not eat whipped cream because I don't know it exists, right? But that watermelon down there, I promise you, if that got pushed back, it would live there until it died. Snack bin is also not in cupboards because we won't remember to eat those things if they go into the doors. We're in a rental, so we haven't been able to take off our cupboard doors yet. Cupboards look like with ADHD. They are stuffed in and cramped. But our areas that are open are not. They're well put together because we see them. Also, we got rid of all of our dishes that were extra dishes because more dishes means there's more to leave in the sink. Dishes ended up there for like anytime there's company, we can use our nice dishes, but we use these dishes on the regular because they're harder to break. Another tip for the ADHD humans: if there's something you don't want to just consume quickly, put it out of reach. You have to go get a step stool to go get that. The chances are you're not going to. You're going to go into this little bin right here that you can get all the things out of and get the foods from there. So your organization does not have to look like everyone else's organization. It can look like this, where all of your forks, spoons, and knives are in one little bin. Can openers, brushes, like it can be one little bin for each kind of thing. Also, if it doesn't fit in your knife block, you probably don't need it. For these things, sauces and such, get one container and don't allow yourself to keep any more than fits in that one container. Down below cabinets, only put things in there that you know you are going to use. nothing in these cabinets is things that we don't use on a regular basis, like every other day or so. Because if anything that we didn't use on a regular basis lived in these cabinets down here, they would not exist to us. We would forget that they exist and we would buy more. These are just tips and tricks that work for me, and have worked for the people that I've cleaned for. And I just wanted to share them with you guys, because I don't think that we talk enough about like the real life stuff that goes on with our ADHD and how to manage it. So I hope that that helped somebody. I mean, even one person, it was worth it. So let me know if you're maybe that one person that it did help, or let me know if you have a trouble area that you would like some insight on from somebody who really just gets it.